Hey everyone, and welcome to my very first YouTube video for Just Meeple and Me, a new solo gaming YouTube channel. My name is Jeremy Miller, healthcare professional by day, board game lover by night, and I am excited to bring this content to you. I love solo gaming. I am obsessed by it. Now that is what I'm about. A little backstory. Been doing lots of gaming for years, video games, card games, table games. Started playing Dominion quite a few years ago in college. That was my first real introduction to something other than Monopoly, my true introduction into Euro gaming. Love it. Still to this day, Dominion, it's got to be my all-time favorite. I love the deck building genre. That is my thing. Started playing Catan, Ticket to Ride, some of those classic intro games for the European style. And then as the years went on, I started realizing there was more and more out there, more and more complexities to these games. There were worker placement games and engine building games and dungeon crawlers, and just got really excited about all the possibilities and started wanting to start building my collection of these games up. But what I came to realize here is that while my wife and I have lots of activities that we love together, lots of things that we do together, lots of things that we just, wouldn't be the same without each other. Board gaming was not one of them. She hates playing board games. She thinks it's too nerdy for her, or that she's too cool to play a board game. And that's her loss, I guess. But what ultimately then is I had games that I was excited about and no one to play with. And in the last couple years, I discovered that they make solo modes for board games, or solo games, board games that are only solo mode. And I got really excited, and I started researching these and looking these up and buying them, and started to amass quite a collection. And what I want to do with this channel and this content is just give another perspective into the solo gaming world. I'm not aiming to compete with Rolling Solo, for instance. I love Adam's videos. I look to him first before I buy a lot of my Kickstarter games if he has a video on them. Too Many Bones, I watched all the videos. Madeira unboxing, watched that, and so forth. Tainted Grail, he had some great videos and some early component videos that I've been watching, and it gets me really excited about these games, and I love his style. But there's a lot of games out there that Adam doesn't cover. There's a lot of Kickstarter games that didn't make millions, didn't have thousands of backers, maybe only a few hundred, and I have lots of those games. I have some of them, scheduled to come in delivery these next month or two. And I want to showcase those games first and foremost, some of the games that may not find its way into your favorite local gaming store. I'm also going to show some of the classics as well, some of the big name ones, and just give my perspective on these games, even though there's been probably thousands of videos made about them, and kind of blend the two together. I want to do unboxings. I want to do component overviews, gameplay overviews. This is not going to be a strategy channel by all means. I lose a lot. I'm probably not that good at a lot of the board games, so it's the first time I play them, so please don't watch this video for strategy tips. That is not going to be me. This channel is going to be just about having fun. Just Meeple and me. Alright guys, so I want to get right into it with this very first unboxing, and I have a massive game today that I'm going to be showcasing and unboxing, and it is the Your Inventory is Full all-in pledge for the Thunderstone Quest and Thunderstone Quest Barricades mode that brings solo and co-op gaming to the Thunderstone Quest line. And this box, when it arrived at my work, weighed 40 pounds. 39.9 to be exact, what it says on the shipping label. This thing is heavy. There is a lot of content. There's probably 1,400 plus cards, player boards, and etc. and etc. There is so much here, so much that can keep me busy for weeks and weeks on end, and I'm just excited to get it all open and to show you all what is in this box, go through it. I know Adam did a great unboxing video on Rolling Solo, but he just did the base game. He has not, as of this video, done the Barricades mode that actually makes it solo. So I'm really excited to do this complete unboxing for you guys, side by side, and to really go through it all. So let me get it set up here. Okay, here are the two core boxes. look how big these are. My hand does not even come close to covering this box here, or the other one. Two identical massive boxes to fit all of the content here that's included in this Your Inventory is Full all-in pledge. Excuse me here while I make some fine-tunements to the camera. You can see my dog Tala back there. She might bark at me in a little bit. Okay, everyone, so here it is. First of all, the artwork on these boxes just really sets the theme of this game, this high fantasy dungeon crawling theme. We got elves and dwarves and mages. The artwork on the side, we got some monsters, another mage, and yeah, this is heavy. The second box, I'm gonna, in the Kickstarter comments, a lot of people when they were getting deliveries were like asking questions like, how do you know which box is what? It's really simple, guys. Right there on the Barricades box, it says 1 to 6 players. The core box, it's going to be 2 to 4. But the Barricades mode, 1 to 6. And this is what makes it a solo game. So, now the other thing I got for my all-in pledge was like 8 packets, massive packets of card sleeves. I mean, look at these things. There is so many card sleeves in there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these that I got to fill up. So I'm going to be busy for a while afterwards. Also got playmat, which we're going to be going over the pluses of that here in a little bit. Okay, well, let's just dig into the base game here. Let me get it out. Okay, guys, this is the base game. And you can see it barely fits on the video screen for my video camera. It takes up the entire screen. It is a big box, like I was saying. I just want to go ahead and get it open here. Okay. Now, you know, if you've never seen a Thunderstone Quest unboxing before, one of my favorite things about this box and what AEG has done is these straps. My biggest pet peeve with board games is organization and storage and how to keep things, easily repacked. Some games, it's just basically an empty box. It is horrible. You have to invent your own storage solution. I think that makes the developers, the producers, lazy. AEG, though, has set the standard on that. These straps allow you to take over the top section out so you can get to that second story down there where more content is for easy access. All right, let's take a look at this rule book. Mimics the artwork on the front. Very well done. Little reference guide here on the back. There's a lot of things to know in this game. So, all right, so just looking how big it is, 23 pages. So not a small rule book by any means. Okay. Small print, a lot of information in here. This is all the setups. There's optional side quests and legendary cards to play with. The replayability in this game, I think, is just incredible. So many different ways to play. In the Barricades mode and Epic Thunderstone mode adds almost infinite number of replayability here. Okay, and that just keeps going and going through everything. So very well done rule book here. Now, right underneath it is a slightly thicker book, the Quest book. This is the Quest book that lets you know how to set up each and every game. Look at that artwork, that undead artwork there. It's horrifying and very well done. So this art book, or Quest book, comes in at 43 pages, and it contains all of the quests here. I believe there's 5 quests, and each quest has a couple different acts in it. So it gives you all right here. This is just all the cards that you'll be using for that first quest, which is quite a lot. You can kind of see the artwork of the cards there. We're going to be showcasing those later. But I'm going to go ahead and read some of this flavor text, this introduction to the Thunderstone Quest world, if you will. So here we go. Earth, air, fire, water, light, darkness, The 6 elements were created to sustain life. However, when the gods discovered war, it spread to them as well, tearing the world apart. In time, the lessons were forgotten and the conflicts began anew, yet some remembered. There were many casualties, but no place for the dead, so they lingered as ghosts in the land abandoned. They became the scions, the knowing ones, for they alone remembered the tragedy wrought by the gods' carelessness. Their hearts grew hard as they gathered the energy left behind by the elements and devised a plan. Forge a defender for their people, one who would reclaim the Stormland and take revenge upon the elements and the gods for their sins. But when the gods learned of this plan, they intervened, causing an unforeseen reaction. And there's a few more paragraphs to that, but that's setting the tone of this game. And I said each quest has its own narrative. And I said this quest book, very in-depth, all the way through. So, awesome. Really excited to start playing that. Alright. Up first here, right underneath that, we have the game board. This is, if I recall, a very large board. Yes, it's going to take up a lot of table space. I guess. Okay, so this is just what it takes to set up a game here. Lots of table space. You got on the left the marketplace. These are going to be, compared to the menu, probably your kingdom cards essentially. You have your hero cards here for your classes, the temple, the shop of wonders, the brazier. You can move your hero to each of those places to accomplish different things each turn. And this game board doesn't even count for the whole play area, because to the left of the game board you would actually set up the dungeon with more cards and stuff. So this game has a very large footprint. Lots to keep track of. And then there's a second side. It doesn't have any writing on it. So I don't know if this is for Epic Thunderstone or just if you don't want to deal with the writing, but there's a second side there with no text telling you what goes where. Alright, moving on. So the first thing in the box here, underneath all that, it's going to be your player boards. And there are 4 of them, because the base game supports 2 to 4 players. These are nice, thick, well-made player boards. Gives you your deck, your discard pile, special tokens here. I'm assuming wounds or something goes there. Track your health here. And this is a cool mechanic of this game. Your health is also how many cards you draw, how well you can draw your cards. At full health, you can draw 6. You take a couple hit points, you lose a couple, you can only draw 5, and so forth. So as you lose health, your deck becomes less efficient, less powerful. It's harder to get a lot of cards because you can't draw as many from the start. Obviously, if you get below 1, I think game over for you. Now there's ways to heal this, so that's something you're going to have to manage in this game very well, is your health. Let me see if I get the camera to focus. The light's a little too bright here, but you have the village and the dungeon. Now you can pick which one of those you go to each turn, and that gives you instructions on how to use each of those phases for the game. So very nice player board and player aid combined there. All right. Let's just get this big bag out. So we got a bag of tokens here. And we got, this one looks like loaves of bread. So maybe that's some food, maybe that's how you gain health back or stamina, I'm not sure. Now this one looks like a little potion bottle, so maybe mana mage classes will utilize these a little bit more. The red ones look like your wound and battle tokens. The yellow ones I think is your lantern and your light. You have to have light to go into the dungeons. These ones look like maybe arrowheads or metal or something there. I guess we'll find out more about those later. And we got some nice oversized dice. Not jumbo by any means, but not standard. Easily read. I mean, you can clearly see which one's which. They kind of have like a little stone cut color scheme to them with the gray swirl in there. So very nice. We have minis. Yes, you get to pick a mini in this game, and there are 6 to choose from here. And this is where you keep track of, where your character is in the dungeon or in the village. Looks like a nice little warrior class right there. Look at this. It's got like a whip, long hair kind of. That's cool. Yeah, these look really nice. This one could be a rogue. Assassin class looks like it's got a couple daggers coming out there. So yeah, awesome. So 6 miniatures to choose from for gameplay. Very unique looking, all of them. Okay, so foam insert, that keeps everything from sliding around. Again, another just small, but I think well thought out design feature to protect the game. And then we have all of these tiles. Okay, and this is what forms the dungeon. This is what you're going to be picking from in every quest. And these tiles also have modifiers. This one is an after battle effect. Some of them don't have any modifiers. This one says unless you have a rogue, discard 1 card from your deck plus some token equals to cards. Yeah, I don't know what that symbol means, so we're going to have to read the instructions. But, so, each of these rooms has a little special flair to them, which could bring different challenges to the game and modify. Some of them even modify the monsters, but the artwork on these are so incredible, so vivid, and so well done. This is really going to create a lot of visual context for the game. It's going to feel like you're actually in these locations. And yeah, there's quite a bit of them. These are all very solidly made. These are not thin by any means. These are not flimsy. Very well done. And the final double-sided tile is the wilderness tile, which is a part of every single game. So very well done. Very well done. Then I'm going to show you how these straps work. So we're going to lift and see, gotta keep everything organized. And now you can get right into the bottom of that. And this is where all the cards are. This is what makes this box so heavy, is all these cards. You take these little trays out, and there they are. These are very tightly packed cards. Again, from the Kickstarter comments, some people thought they were missing cards, and they weren't. They were just stuck together because these are compressed so much together. And yeah, you're gonna, every picture on the internet I've seen has shown all of this completely filled once these are unpackaged, sleeved. So, a lot of cards here. Now, one of the greatest things about this game, again for organization, and let me just actually get the instruction book out. It's like I was saying, I hate when things aren't able to be organized well, or it's hard to put things back in the box. And right in the instructions, AEJ has a little highlighted section for dividers, and it says, dividers help keep your Thunderstone Quest cards separated. The dividers are taller than standard cards and contain only the card's title. Beyond the dividers found in the basic components, each quest contains 1 divider for each hero, item, spell, weapon, and monster group in that quest. Monster group dividers have a checklist of that group on the back. So this game comes with dividers, so you can very easily organize these 1,400 plus cards, and these are all the dividers in the game for the base game. And that way, if you just want to play Quest 1, Act 2, it takes you just 10 minutes to grab those cards. You're not searching through 1,400 cards to get that. And again, I love that they provided these dividers in there. And each package is organized, so that's Total Eclipse of the Sun 1, 2, and 3. So right there is that quest. You know, right behind it, it's the Risen from the Mirror 1, 2, and 3. So each of these games, or each of these card packs, are organized by the act, and so you can easily find. Some people only open up 1 quest at a time as needed. That's actually, I think, recommended in the instructions. I'm more of a completionist. I'm probably going to sit down, go through all this, probably have a headache afterwards, but I'm going to sleeve everything, organize it, and get it all set up before I play. Now, I'm not going to show you the cards themselves right now. What I'm going to do is probably open up the Epic Thunderstone box and show you the card art from there, because that is just 1 copy of each card, so instead of opening up all these packs, I'll just open up that. Okay, guys, let me get the Barricades mode box out and show you the new additions that make this game solo ready. Alright, here we go. Barricades mode. This is what takes this whole Thunderstone Quest line and adds in a very requested feature, solo mode, co-op mode. So not just competitive game anymore. artwork here. Very nice, very well done. Got a bard character there. Got the 1 to 6 players there. Love it. Alright, let's open her up. Now, this game is not quite as heavy. There's only 2 quests in here. But there's a new Kickstarter out right now for 2 additional quests. And you should be able to take those quests and repackage them into this box. This box is just as large as the original. And it was made to hold expansion sets. Okay, so we have one rulebook / quest book hybrid here. And this is going to have the 2 quests in it and the updated rules for Barricades mode. Okay. Again, very well laid out. Artwork featured throughout. Okay, so right there, it's not showing the game board, it's showing the play mat. And I'm going to show you the play mat next to the game board in a second because it has some cool features to it. Now, if you didn't get the play mat, this game comes with some tokens and stickers that modify the playboard to make it set up for Barricades mode. But the playmat has 2 sides, one for standard competitive Thunderstone Quest and one for co-op and solo mode Thunderstone Quest, because a key part of the gameplay of the new Barricades mode is you're actually defending the village from attackers. That adds a whole new element into the game. So this is new rules, new components, these prestige class boards, which add a whole new level of customization to the game. Destruction chits. Your village can take damage. If it takes too much damage, you could lose access to certain parts of it or lose the game altogether. So this looks really good, really awesome. Now these right here, these are I think my favorite feature. These are the Guardians, okay? And this is who you're fighting against. And these Guardians are 2-sided. And once they go from a basic side, which kind of allows you to get your deck building engine going per se. And then once a certain threshold is met, they flip to their active side, or I think that's what it is, their active side, where they become a lot more dangerous. And a cool thing about this is there are different difficulty levels. Difficulty 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will not be starting with Balok the Flesh Weaver for my first game. I will tell you that. I will probably going down to Smorga the Queen. Ease my way into this, okay? Now I missed it in here, but I know it's in here. There's actually some other difficulty modes too. Yeah, here we go, adjusting the difficulty. So you have first time, easy, medium, hard, and legendary. So again, 5 different difficulty levels and then different difficulty levels for these Guardians. So you can kind of customize the game for you and level it as you need to. So terminology sections, and then here's the 2 quests, 6 and 7. So 8 and 9 are in the Kickstarter, but 6 and 7, and these quests function just like the traditional quests. And Barricades mode is reversible. What I mean by that is you can play quest 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from the original Thunderstone Quest as a solo game now. You can make it. So you're not just stuck to 2 quests, you can do it all. Okay, into the box we go. Alright, right off the bat, we got some of those overlays I was talking about that can alter some of the function of the board. These are stickers. So, and the playmat lets me not ruin the playboard of these stickers. So I'm excited I have the playmat. 2 more player boards because Barricades mode takes it from a 2 to 4 player game and makes it a 1 to 6 player game. So now we have these great 2 more player boards that are identical to the ones found in the original. So that's nice. And then we have these prestige classes I was talking about. And this prestige class lets you kind of play as a little different character with some minor abilities. You got, Battle Mage, Bloodhound, the Vampire Coven, the Illusionist, Town Guard, Town Council Member, Treasure Hunter, Duelist, Necromancer, Divine Oracle, Monster Hunter, which sounds right up this game's alley, and someone of the Arcane Order. So just to read a couple of these, well, first of all, there's, I believe, 9 ranks on all of them, and you get a bonus as you achieve each rank. So let's see, let me find one that's... Alright, so with the Monster Hunter, when you get to the highest level here, after the first time this game you defeat the Guardian, take an extra turn. When you gain this rank, gain the legendary hero Alpha Prince. So this prestige class lets you gain, looks like, some power. This is the Divine Oracle, and this one says after you gain this rank, take an extra turn. Your deck is face up. You may look through the deck at any time. So yeah, some different ways to play, some different bonuses. You have more the punch out overlays, the damage chits. So it's like some of these, if like the market takes a certain amount of damage, maybe items cost more, or you have to expend maybe light or something else, or discard an extra card to be able to buy things. So it changes the gameplay. You don't want your village to take damage. It makes things harder. You have to sacrifice more to utilize those functions. Hey, let's get this cover out here. So right away we got some new blue, and the tokens are the same shape as the red damage tokens, so maybe these are for the Guardian or the monsters. Got one random purple one in there. That could be a first player marker or a village marker. We got monster dice. Look at that. A lot of monster dice. Okay. We have the all new dungeon rooms that these 2 quests add. And there's still a good amount of them, even if there's only 2 quests in here. But again, these look great. Amazing artwork. Catacombs. Look at those skulls on there. So this one has a little after battle effect that unless you have a rogue or Titron, discard 1 of each type of gear token. So these rooms all have those modifiers that I was talking about. Okay, right underneath it, we have the new wilderness, but then we have these new Guardian boards. And each of these Guardians has different abilities, different, play styles, everything to make this challenging. And these are all based on dice rolls, it looks like. And each of them has a little also extra special ability down here. These are all different. So I'm excited to get into this game and seeing how each of these different Guardians play. So, as I said, this is the standard side. Well, maybe they're not as powerful or not as activated. Okay. Again, has nice little handles, so you can take that right out. And then what you have in here, we have, looks like a monster dice bag. So that will come in handy. 2 new player miniatures, so that's nice. And right in the middle here, we have the new cards for the 2 new quests. Also, it comes with those nice dividers. And as I said, this bottom box may be a little empty now, but if you're getting the 2 new quests released on Kickstarter, this is going to fill out fast. But AEG thought ahead, and they built a box to hold all of the content. So that is very well done. Very, very excited about that. Alright, so I'm just going to toss this back, because I want to show you guys the playmat versus the player board. I think it makes a big difference, and I'm excited to show you why getting the playmat in my mind was a good idea. So again, here's the playmat, the play board, all set up here. You can see, that takes up quite a lot of space. Now, some people weren't happy with the playmat. I saw some comments on Facebook and on the Kickstarter page that, one side was too dark, they didn't like it. But there's a reason for that. We're going to cover it. Playmat is literally half as big as the player board. and it has all the same functionality. You still have the brazier, the marketplace, the guild quarter, the temple, and the shop of wonders. It's all right there. Takes up half the space, and when you add the dungeon tiles in, it will still probably take up less space than just the base game board altogether. Not to mention all the dungeon tiles that would have been over here. This makes this game more accessible. If you don't have a large gaming table, it kind of condenses the game a little bit, which is nice. Now when you flip it, you have this darker side, and this is the side meant to play for solo and co-op. This is the Barricades mode side, and it's a little different because, as I said, it has places for the brazier and the marketplace to take damage, and that can alter their functions. The darkness, I was reading from the developer that they made it that way because the village is under attack at night, so that darkness to it is the night. It's creating that feel, it's creating that thematic environment, and I love it. I can see everything just fine. I don't think it's too dark. I don't think it's not detailed. There's still a lot of detail in the game. Playboard just like that one, but this one, so now you can play 2 different versions of the game, 1 low profile player mat. Okay, now like I said, I was going to show you some of the cards, and I'm not going to open up the other cards. I'm just going to get my epic Thunderstone deck out here. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, so these are the dividers. I already opened a couple of these packs just to show you the artwork here. We got the Clerics, 1, 2, 3. Got the fighters and their different levels. Great artwork. I mean, very well done. Everything here fits the theme quite well. Creates the environment. Little orcish wizard there. That's kind of really cool looking. Love that. It's kind of something you don't see, in wizardry every day. Usually you see something like that. So that's cool that they added a whole new species to the wizards just from what's standard. You got spells, you got your weapons, your monsters. Okay. And I just opened up one of the stack of cards here. Now, as I said, Epic Thunderstone can play the same way, except you only have 1 of each type card in there, so it creates a lot of randomness. The order the cards come out is different. And you can play every quest this way, so tons of replayability. And again, these are all just looking very good here. Okay, there we go. So many different cards and types and abilities. Like, this game will probably make your brain hurt the first few times, so it's worth it, guys. Definitely worth it. Weapons. So you can see, very well done. Very well done. Okay. Well, that is my first video, guys. I hope you liked it. It was a big unboxing. There was a lot of content here. Hopefully in the next couple weeks I can actually do a playthrough of this on the first quest and film that. And I'm also going to be doing some unboxing of some of the other games I have. I got a couple new games this week that I haven't even played yet. I haven't even got them out of the box yet because I want to save it for this unboxing. So until next time, it will just be Meeple and me.